Welcome back to Graveyard Keeper, and I've now got some more zombies, and they've been put onto the generic crafting benches. You can put them on any bench you like. Thanks very much to a viewer to remind me of that. I did just have one on a farm, but we've already got one on the farm down there, and a couple more up here that are working away. So pretty good, and particularly with this this station here, the circular saw, saves me a lot of time actually crafting some of these stuff. So today, I probably want to get onto a few topics. One is that we can't really queue up polished bricks of stone made with chisels. However, there is a different recipe entirely made with polishing paste, so we can queue those up. To get that actually in process, so we have a lot of the polished bricks, we're going to need stone, and of course we've only got a little bit limited amount at the moment because we don't have an automated quarry yet. So today we're going to have to get to an automated quarry and get those being fed into the rest of our system. We can see, of course, the iron ore piling up here. That's working just fine. And we've also got glass up here being produced, glass bottles, that is, the conical flasks, to get us more blue points, which is just a passive way of getting blue points. Okay, so in here, I want to get to, before we start with any of that stuff, I want to get to the embalming table. Oh, not the embalming table, sorry. Yeah, the embalming table too, but also the fridge pallet is the main one. So I thought I would take this particular bit of technology, and then let's go and see how much the fridge pallet costs us to make. It's going to go down here in with the rest of our mortuary, and that will just basically let us stop the decay of things quite easily just by putting bodies into the pallets, and then we can store them until we actually need them, or until we're able to get more components out of them, let's put it that way. So over here, let's just see what it takes to build it. So the embalming table 2 is going to take steel parts, and that is something we can't make yet because we haven't got the furnace 3 upgrade. Preparation place 2 also needs steel parts, and the fridge pallet does not need steel parts, just needs complex nails and flitch, complex iron parts, that is. So that should be quite easy for us to sort out. So 5, 12 and 12. Okay, so let's just go back this way because that's the easiest one. So 12 flitch and 12 nails. Okay, because we've got a couple of zombies around, we can actually get those to do this for us. So if we just, whoops, make sure I grab the zombie, take him over here. I wonder if he can do the anvil. Can he? He should be able to. Yeah. So I'm going to want some basic supplies. So 12 nails for each of those fridge pallets. So we want 2 maybe, so let's get 24 nails on the go, and that zombie should start crafting. And we're going to get to the same here. We want 12, so I want 24, and that zombie should start crafting. And notice we're not using any of my energy to do so. However, we aren't always getting points either, so we may as well make sure that we're getting points continually from our furnaces. Furnaces will produce red points for the glass and also blue points as well. If you want green points, and a sort of a renewable way of doing that is to go for river sand. So you're going to be getting that as part of glass anyway. So if you go over here, closest point I know of is right there at the river, right up there. So if you want some more glass, you can go and get it that way. And we did just get a new delivery, so let's pop in here, and you'll see our deliveries over there. It's 98%. So if we go into build now, preparation place, no. I want the fridge pallet, and I'm going to put them as far down here as I can. I guess that's the farthest I can go. And I want to do that again, another fridge pallet. Oh, did I ran short. I forgot. It's not 4 complex iron parts, it's 5. Okay, no problem. So we can put them in here once it's built, that is. Let's build this up. It's taking more energy than I was expecting, but it should still be finished in time. We shouldn't have any problem with decay. Okay, and before I do that, I just want to see what state this body is in. So let's just go ahead and take a look over the autopsy. It's a terrible body, really. I mean, we can get it to 5 white stars, but, you know, we're going to want the more advanced embalming injection stuff to get it any higher. The ideal place to get it to, by the way, is to something like 5 red skulls. As many white skulls as you can get while gaining 5 red skulls, because then you can take off 3 red skulls with the various embalming stuff, and then you can take off 2 red skulls with blood and fat. So you'll see here, we shouldn't be losing any kind of condition for that body. And then we can store it as long as we need to. In this case, until probably we're going to need to start filling the graveyard with those. So ideally, bodies that are only 5 white stars we can put in the graveyard, I suppose, and get rid of them that way. And or indeed burn them. It doesn't really much matter at that point. And there we go. So, right, we're now going to need Furnace 3. So, for Furnace 3, let's take a look at our technologies. In smithing, I imagine. Yeah, so iron castings. We're going to need 20 blue, which we'll get passively, or well, in the background. And then we need 50 green. So I'm going to go and sleep, go and collect a lot more river sand, perhaps, and some other bits and pieces, until I get 50 green points. Well, actually, we need to go and do another sermon before I do that. And I did improve the church a little bit more, 59 quality, by putting in some more candelabras. There are spaces for wall candelabras, 2 up here and 2 at the very bottom of the church down there near the entrance. So with that in mind, I just want to push it over 60, and I've just made a couple of candles to do that. Unfortunately, the candelabra 2s take 2 candles to do that, but I'm going to push it to 63, and then let's see how much we get for this. In they come. Hopefully a lot more people. All right. How much did we get? Well, I already picked one up. That's 12, 13 is what I picked up so far. And did we get another 7? At least. Might be nice. Looks like 7. Yep. So we'll get basically 2 zombies worth of faith out of every sermon now. Now, while I'm accumulating green points and our donkey's going to bring us our next delivery, I'm going to need a lot more stone to upgrade the church some more. That's going to take quite a bit of effort, and that's ideally effort I don't want to do myself, so we probably want to get the zombie stone quarry sorted out. And let's take a look at this one. This one got 4 red. So yeah, I'm just going to store this one. Let's take the blood and fat as usual. There we go. Let's pick this up. And you'll see we've now got 2 of the fridge pallets. So they should be working quite well. And one's full up now, the other one's empty. So we should have some storage. That means, however, we're going to need a zombie. In fact, we're probably going to need 2 zombies up there, aren't we? So we do have 2 here we can turn. They're not going to be terribly fast, but better than nothing, I suppose. So yeah, instead of storing them, let's just take, you'll see, obviously, the difference. Let's just take 1. And we'll put them to use up there. So resurrection table, we need some zombie juice. Let's make 2 of it because we've got 2 zombies to make, and we've got enough faith to make them, so that's fine too. Let's say 2 of you, and 2. Great. Now I'm going to go and do this off camera, but I will see you up there so that I can go and look and see how expensive it is to make the quarries themselves. So let's first of all, in fact, we can probably just do it now. I can just teleport there. Where am I? I want to go there and go to the quarry. And here we go. So zombie stone quarry right, zombie stone quarry left. Each of them are going to take a pickaxe, nails and flitch. Quite cheap, so I need to go and get those sorted. Alright, so I've brought a couple of zombies up now, and we should have enough components to at least build the stone quarry side of things. So that's 1 build, or should appear. Yep, there we go. And let's build the left one as well. Okay, now we may need another porter station, but I'm not quite sure whether that's going to be the case or not, but let's actually get them started and put them to work on the stone quarry. We'll get marble later, but we don't have it straight away. In fact, will this take more than 1 cargo? This says it'll basically take all cargo down, so it just depends. I mean, our zombies got two red skulls even, but yeah, we'll see how well it does. How much is another porter station if we need one? Well, I can build one now, but I may need another zombie to do it. Well, why don't we go for that? It'll let me put it in that location. There we go. And of course we could grab another zombie to actually do that. I suspect the donkey will be along pretty soon now for me to do this. So we could then say we want the marble and stone. Yeah, let's just turn off the iron ore for this one. And all of that. Yeah, let's leave this one for stone. And then we'll just untick the other ones. In fact, we'll leave them for now until I get the other zombie. But once I've got the other zombie, I'll untick these as well. And that should start coming back to our main base just fine. Speaking of, I need to go back. Let's just teleport back. And to Sweet Home. There we go. And I should need to put these... The main thing I need that stone quarry for, by the way, just in case I didn't mention it, is that I need to make more gravestones and more surrounds for the graves. Stone grave fence. And we've got a zombie on the case, so we don't need to spend any energy anymore. However, it does need lots and lots of stone available. And we can get the zombie to cut stone, I guess. Yeah, because we've got 3 of the large pieces, so we'll get him or her to work on that and finish off. I'll just move some of these headstones, gravestones, etc. over to our area here. You'll see I've already started converting them. We are going to be probably exhuming these bodies and making them better a fair point sooner, but in order to get this up to 200 quality, we're going to need to fill out most of these graves with bodies. So for the time being, I filled up the carrot box with quite a lot of carrots, and we'll just be putting that kind of stuff straight into the graves over here, and we'll be using the best gravestones we can, and of course the stone surrounds. And speaking of, there's our friend. And with those 50 green points stored up, we can go into technologies and into smithing, I think. Yep, go over to iron castings, and that gets us the furnace 3 as well. And can we upgrade this in place? That would be nice if we could. Yes, we can. We just need... wow, that's actually not that much cost. It's just 4 complex iron parts and 2 pieces of stone. That's not a problem. So we're going to do upgrade both. So that needs 6 complex iron parts. And we just need a couple of... Let's just build some simple iron parts. The zombie, by the way, on the anvil doesn't seem to do more than 1 item, which is kind of annoying. But it's pretty quick for me to do them anyway. So yeah, for now, I'll leave it as is. Maybe if we can upgrade the anvil again, we'll see. There we go. This one's about to finish, but we'll upgrade the other one first. Upgrade to furnace 3. And then we've got to do some work. And that consumes a huge amount of energy. In fact, more energy than I actually have available. So I guess I better go and sleep this off. And let's see if we can complete it, well, after I wake up. Alright, let's try that again. And there we go. We're up to furnace 3. Nice output. That's obviously the pouring bucket there, and obviously, well, the crucible, I guess you might call it, and the tongs for it. So from here, we should now be able to craft steel parts. I need steel ingots, and it's going to need ceramic bowls. So I'm going to rebuild that Potter's workstation, or whatever it was called. Going to be rather obvious, the name, once I actually see it. Potter's wheel, there we go. Straightforward to build, and we can put a zombie on that, I'm sure. Why don't we put it there? Yeah, because I can just move the zombie from the stonecutter's wheel and move them over. And I'm gonna need to go and get some clay, but that's straightforward. Let's build this up. And by the way, when you're upgrading those gravestones in the graveyards, you can just come back here to the stonecutter and recycle anything you want back into stone or polished stone, etc. So that's pretty easy to do as well. Do we have any clay available? Well, yes, I suppose. Can we just grab you? Yep. All right, off he goes. Okay, so we've got the bowls, and we can also make the polishing paste, I think, as well. Is it in here, or was it in the workbench? Polishing paste, there we go. So bowls, river sand, and oil get us the polishing paste we can use to make polished bricks and then queue them up. The oil comes from Dig, or at least unless we make it ourselves, but you can just buy it from Dig on the very east of town, where we got the hemp rope from. And now the furnaces are both upgraded. I've got one making steel parts, which is sort of the unlocker for the next tier of equipment. Great. And also we can make steel swords now. Or rather, one steel sword. I just want to upgrade my iron sword. There we go. And if I choose this, it should then swap it out. And we'll put our old one in here. Maybe it'll become useful. We're getting bees up to 10 again to get another apiary, so that's going to be coming fairly soon. Your existing one will obviously give you bees, as well as all the wild ones, so it accelerates a little bit as time goes forwards, but that's going to take a little bit of patience. We've now got some oil as well, some seed oil. I'm not sure if this is going to work. I thought it was just going to be regular oil, but we'll try that to get our zombie over here to make polished stone. So polished brick of stone. We need polishing paste, so let's go and make that first. Polishing paste, so crafted vine presser hand mixer. Maybe we can't use this oil. Can we use this and turn it into oil? Ah, yes we can. Good. So each one of those turns into 10, and we should have some ceramic bowls as well. Now what I would have thought, now where has it put those bowls? Because I did have them out here. Where are the bowls gone? I told you to craft them. They were over here. I guess we didn't. In any case, I'll make a few manually. Slightly out of energy. Off to sleep. Now, I just had a delivery with 3 red skulls. And I just had to take the heart out of that. Because one of the random chances that you get in there is that that removes 3 red skulls. And that's exactly what happened. See here in the bodies? It removed 3 red skulls, but also 1 of the white skulls. So we need to add a white skull back in. And that wasn't something we previously had available. However, I took Advanced Alchemy at the bottom. That gives us a new version of the workbench and a distillation cube. I'll have to look into what that does. However, that unlocks Embalming Liquids 2, and then Embalming Liquids 3, it needs quite a few more points. But Embalming Liquids 2 unlocks the glue injection, which adds 1 white skull. There we go. And in Church Workbench, I think it said that you actually make it at, or at least that's what I thought it said. So why don't we go and have a look at the Church Workbench and let's see what it actually costs to make it. Glue injection. So we need glue. Fair enough. That's the Alchemy Workbench 2. And if I remember rightly, the Workbench 2, I think you have to craft as well as the Workbench 1. Normally you'd replace them, but I think the Workbench 2 may have 3 ingredients and the Workbench 1 has 2, and you need both of them. Or at least that's what I thought last time I saw that. In any case, we need conical flasks, which is what we already have, and water. So those are easy enough. We're already making those for blue points. This is already from the well. But that does mean we need to be able to make glue. And so that means we need some Alchemy Workbench 2. Okay. Let's see what that costs to build. Alchemy Workbench 2 is steel parts. Haha, we've got some. And we've got some advanced conical flasks and some jointing. Shouldn't be terribly hard to make because we can put a zombie on it. So I will go and get those ingredients. We'll come back and make some glue for the first time, hopefully. And I figured out why the anvil wasn't letting the zombie process more than one thing. It wasn't really the anvil, it was just me making a mistake. Basically, when you set off zombie production, you need to make sure that the ingredients are... We're going to have another visitor. You need to make sure the ingredients are available in chests, not in your personal inventory, because then if you walk away, the zombie looks for the next set of ingredients, because it doesn't reserve the ingredients as you actually start the crafting. Only when it... when you make the order, it only uses them when you start the crafting. So they couldn't do anything, and then of course they don't do anything else. They pretty much just stop, and even if you put the ingredients back in the chest, they still don't work. So you generally then have to just stop the order, put the stuff in the chest, and then restart, and you're fine. So this one is probably ideal for a zombie. I can't get rid of these last 2 until I get to the next tier of injections. So we should probably put it over here and get an extra helper with it while we are around. And let's just make that so it doesn't decay any further. There we go. Assuming I've got enough faith, that is. We'll see. Do I have enough? Let's just put it back on the shelf. And yes, I do. I have enough for 1 more. And some studying, but that's not a problem. There we go. And this one, I'm going to just put it up here on this random It's basically the Infinite Monkeys meme about writing works of Shakespeare, but in Graveyard Keeper. So you can put the zombie there, and we can tell it to craft stories if we have some paper, or indeed craft clean paper from ruined books if you want that sort of there. And we have a book here that produces different colours of skill points. So we just need some clean paper for that. So let's set the zombie up. And we want to... Let's just convert these basically bat wings. I'm going to convert them over into paper and get the zombie to produce books for us. One more. And the paper crafting should be pretty fast. Yeah, we'll convert it all over. Yeah, that's too slow. Zombies, you can go and get... Well, actually, I want to make sure, first of all, is all the ingredients in the chest? Or at least not in my inventory, that's the important part. Looks to be. Oh, will you not? Will you not? Let me just... can I complete this and then not proceed? That's a shame. I guess I have to do this manually. Okay, so we'll just put our zombie friend back on the Shakespeare desk and give it some paper to start. I'm not going to worry about the rest of that just yet. There we go. So that zombie is there writing away. Works of Shakespeare. Alright, so Alchemy Workbench version 2 then. Much larger. Will you fit there? No. That's annoying. Ah, it'll fit right there. Okay, let's put it up there. And then we can go and hopefully make some glue, or we can see what the glue recipe is anyway, and see what it takes to build that. Alright, so speed potion, that's the one I actually wanted before, and that lets me run around all over the place. It does take some chaos solution, some acceleration pattern, and some blood, but we can make that. And then the alchemy workbench itself allows us to craft 3 different things together to see what they turn into, essentially. Fine. However, I do actually want to try the speed potion before I move on to making glue. So let's just grab one of you. And let me put that onto my hotbar, because it might be useful. And let's see how, excuse me, how good this is. So, 10 minutes of speed, and that's much better. Yeah, I may have to be making more of those. The only problem is that the downside is that they take up blood. And blood we need for pretty much everything. It's sort of a bottleneck. But this is much nicer. There we go. Fine. Onward. I think we're going to go and check for more bees, but then we'll see if we can unlock more technology. Okay, so we need to either get butterflies or moths. You just harvest plants, the flowers, sorry, around all over the place to get butterflies during the day, moths during the night, etc. And we can study those. That should give us some green points. I've not put any cake in, but this was mainly to see that I can get the... I can basically grind down the moths. And let's see, is it in here? Probably should be. Let's see what the hand mixer produces. There, when my inventory isn't full. There we go. That'll do for now. That makes chaos solution. How about in the alchemy mill? No? I need to get chaos extract or something like that. Let me just check. I was just in the wrong station. I needed to build that distillation cube I was talking about earlier, but I then found out what it was for, and that turns out to be, that's exactly what it's for. It should fit down there, so let's just put it down there. And we should be able to then use up the moths and butterflies to make the chaos extract, or whatever it's called. And then we'll need to study it probably to get the recipe. There we go. And moths, craft. Okay, that's going to take a little bit of time. Yep, clearly. So once that's finished, we'll come back and then study it, which means I'll probably need to make up this paper. But I'll do that in the background while our zombie's working down there on the works of Shakespeare. So okay, our solution's done and ready, and we also need some life powder, so I'm going to just grab a maggot and put that into here. This should get us the life solution, sorry I should say, not life powder. Have we studied that? Let's have a look. Not complete, and also we want to study health powder, but we have studied that, so let's just see if we can get this studied. Life solution, there we go. Okay. So we've studied all three things we need, and we get some more blue points for that, which is great. However, we do want to go to the Alchemy workbench, this one, and now we should be able to add all of these in, hopefully, and hopefully this won't fail. Yeah, I don't have any recipes for it just yet, so let's see if this discovers the recipe or if it's going to fail. I'm going to craft it. There we go, glue. And we should probably study that as well. Extra points. Although I still don't have any cake, but that's fine. Where's my glue? Can I not study it? Oh, guess I can't study it. Oh well, never mind. And the last step in the chain is just to use this the church workbench, and that'll let you craft the glue injections. We get 4 for our single glue, and we need some conical flask for that, but that will do fine. It seems, by the way, you can't seem to cancel crafting once it's actually started. That's why I can put the zombie on it. So that's the first tier of stuff done. Can we actually study that glue injection, however? If we can't study the glue, maybe the injection will work. Probably, guess not. Okay, so embalming effect is +1 skull. And that's pretty useful. The next one we're going to need, of course, is the, where are we? Anatomy. Here we are. We're going to need 80 green and 30 blue. And of course, we are approaching that, but that's going to take a little while yet. We're probably going to... I'm going to show you that more in brief next episode, not in the full thing, because we've already got some of the machines, and you know exactly what's involved there. I'm just going to make sure I put the glue injections over here, and so we have them available should we actually want to improve the corpse. Now, I could do it with this corpse I had here, but sort of... oh, let's just do it. It's expensive and we probably shouldn't really, but let's just do it anyway. So, craft. Is that going to take some time? That is going to take some time. Let's skip forwards. Just to finish up the episode, I'm going to craft improve stations. The preparation place 2 is available. And should we put it over here? Probably, because that's where the bodies arrive. It's a shame they can't go into a chute straight onto this, but... And you will rotate as well. That's even better. So we can put that over there. And we'll probably also want the embalming table 2. That's going to need some more advanced conical flasks. That's probably why this is taking so long, or took so long. We now have a corpse with 5 white skulls. So it is improved. And of course we can then use that in a decent grave to get some more quality. So I'm probably out of the sort of grave surrounds now. So let me just remove this here. Grab you. There we go. And let's see, do I have any grave surrounds? I don't. Yeah, so we're going to need to craft more of those. In the meantime, however, we do have some of the gravestones. There we go. We get 3 for that. Yep. The corpse is, of course, 5, so we can get up to 2 more from the grave fence. Now we should be able to craft that. There we go. That's much better. We've got it crafted. And that should be another +5. Yep. And now up to +80. Now, while we're here, we can also look at building the stone fence. It takes 2 of these carved pieces of stone. They take faith as well as stone to make some complex iron parts and some polished bricks of stone. And we get a much nicer fence around the whole thing. An extra 10 essentially on top. We're now up to +90. So I off camera, between the episodes, I'll then add more graves in. We ideally, though, want just 5 white. Higher will be great, but at least 5 white and no red for any corpse that we want to put in here. So I think I will leave it there for this episode. We've got quite a bit done. We've got the Furnace 3, which is the top level of upgrades. We've got the embalming table, being able to basically use glue injections. I think there is an embalming table 2. Yeah, I did just bring the ingredients, so we can put that here, I guess. Yep, that should do. And then I'll replace my original embalming table with the new version. Let's see, right next door to it. Let's see what they look like. Just looks a little bit nicer. Yeah, it's got a little bit of extra stuff on it. And yeah, we can grab our glue injection. I'm not going to do that to any of the bodies I have at the moment. And then we've got our new preparation place, which means I can destroy this one over here, right next to where the bodies actually arrive. So that will be a much nicer place for this. So let's just remove that while I'm here. And we don't want that at all. And I'm just about out of energy. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to have to go to sleep for the night, but I will leave you here. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share, as you would normally would, or comment below if you've got any suggestions, particularly about how to improve things. We're probably going to have to get the zombies to produce more carrots now and get that donkey fed permanently. I've got some gold star seeds up here, by the way, from grapes from the merchant from town. They're both growing away, so we will need to get into making wine at some point, which is another way of making a good amount of money in the game. I will leave it there, though. As always, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time for some more Graveyard Keeper.